You didn't get arrested because you spent too much. You got stuck because you started asking the wrong questions. Every time money enters your account, a silent question decides what happens next. It's not, does this fit within the budget? Nor, does this give me more freedom? It's usually, what do I need to buy, show off, or achieve so that no one notices I'm falling behind? That's an expensive question. She buys the car you didn't need. She keeps the house that requires a salary you hate. She makes you accept yet another promotion that steals your sleep. She makes you say, I deserve it, after a terrible week, when deep down you just want to stop feeling like life is slipping away. You're not buying things. You're paying to not be seen as someone who's been left behind. And that's how many people, even those earning a decent salary, end up in poverty. Not because of a lack of intelligence, but because they maintain an image that is more valuable than their peace of mind. This is The Money Exposed. Subscribe and comment on where you're watching from, city, state, or country. There's someone you probably know. Maybe it's you. She answers emails before coffee, has a respectable career, a car, a house, and travel photos. She seems to be winning, but he can't lose his job without fear, say no to a meeting, or imagine 6 months without a salary. She seems rich enough to be admired, but not free enough to breathe. That's the problem with visible success. It impresses people who don't pay your bills and turns you into an employee of your own appearance. A car, a bigger house, and a busy schedule become proof that you're getting ahead. You measure your worth by how much you seem capable of consuming. So you don't buy because you need to. You buy because you're afraid of looking stagnant. This fear has a name: the appearance tax. It's the price of protecting a version of yourself that others can see, and it charges 3 times over. The first charge is the comparison tax. You see a colleague get a new car, a friend buy a house, someone on LinkedIn announce a promotion, and something inside you asks, why am I not at that level? This question sounds ambitious. Often, it's anxiety disguised as ambition. You don't know his balance, whether he has savings, or if the trip has turned into debt. You see the stage, never the bill. But the brain hates feeling inferior. So it suggests a quick solution: achieve the visual aspect before building the foundation. This is how someone with a good salary feels they need a luxury car. This is how someone who barely contributes to the 401k ends up with an oversized house. This is how someone afraid of the future spends to appear secure in the present. Comparison doesn't ask what you want to know. It asks what you need to prove. And when your financial life becomes a presentation, every purchase needs an audience. The second charge is the relief tax. After a boss, targets, and a routine that doesn't respect your time, you arrive empty. And that emptiness demands something to be rewarded. So they order food, buy something small, or swipe their card promising to sort it out later. Sometimes it's a gift. Often it's anesthesia. You didn't buy it because you wanted it. You bought it because you didn't want to feel what you were feeling. Consumption offers quick relief for problems it doesn't solve. A purchase doesn't bring back time or fix the work that's making you sick. For a few minutes, the discomfort lessens. Then, the bill arrives. And it doesn't ask if you were tired. It asks if you're going to pay. The third charge is the maintenance tax. It starts after the purchase. You raise your standard of living. Then you need to protect it. To protect it, you need to protect your salary. And to protect your salary, you tolerate things that previously seemed unacceptable. The boss who belittles you. The empty promotion. The weekend phone call. Not because you love it, but because your image has become too expensive to maintain freely. An expensive lifestyle doesn't just drain money from your account. It takes away your ability to choose. When your costs are high, your fear gains power. Any threat becomes an emergency, and you accept living in survival mode even with a good salary. That's why earning more doesn't always solve the problem. Sometimes it just finances a nicer prison. Now notice the questions that impoverish you without making a sound. Does it fit within the payment plan? What will they think if I don't have this? How will I look to others? Do I deserve this after working so hard? How can I avoid falling behind? No question of whether it builds freedom or sells your future peace. No question of whether the desire was born within you or through comparison. A payment plan reduces a decision that takes years to make to a monthly number. But it doesn't show interest, insurance, maintenance, overtime, and the number of yeses you'll have to give to keep paying. Does it fit within the payment plan? Is a survival question. Does this make me feel freer? Is a life-changing question. That's why so many people feel tired even when they're doing everything right. They're making decisions that work for a month but fail over a decade. They're building a life that looks like a success and demands that it never stop. The solution isn't to never buy, travel, or enjoy your own money. That would also be a prison. The solution is to stop using consumption as proof of worth. To do this, replace the automatic questions with 3 questions that return control. The first one, would I buy this if nobody could see it? It's not about killing desires, it's about revealing borrowed desires. If nobody saw the car, the clothes, the neighborhood, the brand, or the trip, would it have the same value? Maybe yes, but maybe no. And in that case, you discovered you were buying approval. Before we continue, leave a like if you've already realized that having a good life is different from just appearing to have a good life. And comment on which negative question pops into your head the most. Does it fit within the payment plan? Do I deserve this? Or, what will people think? The second question is, how much of my future peace of mind is this costing me? Don't just ask about today's price. Ask how many months of savings it postpones, how much it increases your dependence on the next paycheck, and how much harder it makes it to leave a bad job. Money buys space between you and despair. Every unnecessary fixed expense reduces that space. The third one is the most uncomfortable. Does this solve a need or attempt to cure a shame? Many purchases stem from a wound, the shame of earning less than friends, the shame of living in a smaller house, the shame of saying no, the shame of not keeping up with a standard of living that perhaps no one can afford. You don't overcome this shame by buying more. You only make it more expensive. Use this rule. When a purchase is driven by image, relief, or comparison, wait 72 hours. Not to punish yourself, but to let the emotion leave the room before money enters the decision. During these 72 hours, answer the 3 questions in writing. No elegant excuses, no calling fear an investment in me. Be honest. Financial honesty isn't about knowing every penny, it's about knowing what emotion is using your bank account. And there's one small change that alters everything. Living below your own appearance. This is not failure. This is not a lack of ambition. This is strategy. It's about driving a car that works, refusing 5-minute purchases, and not turning every price increase into a new obligation. Living below appearances means choosing reserve over facade. Options before status. It's preferring that people underestimate your standard of living rather than depending on their approval to pay your bills. Many people fear appearing to be falling behind. But there's something worse. Spending 20 years rushing to keep up with people who are also in debt, anxious, and pretending to know where they're going. Freedom isn't glamorous at first. It feels like saving money, an older car, a refusal, and a quiet night. But it gives you something that status never did. The ability to breathe when the market is scary, the boss is pressuring you, or life changes. You don't need to look rich. It needs to become difficult to control. Difficult to control because of bills, the boss, an empty promotion, credit cards, endless comparisons, and a culture that profits when you confuse self-esteem with consumption. Poverty doesn't just begin when you lack money. It begins when you have to pretend you're winning in order to avoid admitting you've lost your peace. If this video helped you identify with what you're feeling, comment, "I choose freedom." Like this video to help this conversation reach more people. And watch the video that's playing on the screen now. It will show you why earning more money might not solve the problem that's holding you back.